What's going on? So today, had finally, right when I stepped off, of course, seems like it happens that way sometimes. But I did, I don't know if you guys were able to catch this. I saw a couple of you guys were able to. We finally broke cost basis, started moving through another lower time frame box. Got in a little later than I would have liked to, but just prison mic, yeah. Uh, but that was the 51830. It's actually what we just bounced off of right now. But that was a lower time frame, and we saw that chop this morning where we went past the three on both sides of this trade. And finally, when it crossed 517, it broke that tension and that gap got filled. And we did, in fact, hit some of these new highs. So if we're looking at the cues, we talked about on the 4 hour, having a couple of targets over here to our left, and those were absolutely hit. So that is what we're watching here going into the end of the day, where we've retreated quite a bit, and I am watching to see if we get back to 517, because that would leave us with an inside range candle, and honestly could set us up for a leg down going into tomorrow, which we did not receive today. But at the moment, one thing that I'm going to point out that's going to be true on everything is that we did, and this might be even an end of day play here, we did leave behind empty space. So if this doesn't close and you don't go up to 520 tomorrow, I think that move happens either A, overnight, and we'll use this box on the cues to trade down where we took it long. So this actually has, I think between now and the end of the day, if we end up losing the 518, then we could very well get to 517. But yeah, this is what's going on, everybody. I guess I should. All right, sorry. Got to make sure people know. Yeah, right. So anyway, that is the cues going into tomorrow. In order for us to move anywhere to the downside, right, it could be that we just come down to this box and we bounce, especially if we flush here at the end of the day. And as of right now, I did end up grabbing a little bit of downside just for the end of the day, expecting that, or possibly looking at that 517 to be breached. We'll see if that gets there. But bullish, are you asking or just telling me? So anyway, that being said, let's pay attention here to that 518.30. See if we get a run down to 517.90 and that 517.50. And I'll move over to SPY while we watch that happen. Which, as of right now, this one had that punch back to the upside today, just like we talked about this morning. And you did end up moving up, hitting 591, which was one of my targets. You can see that over here, right in this range, is where we ended up hitting. And we were unable to grab hold of the 592 floor. All right, we might be approaching new lows here. 518.28, your last chance. Let's see if that. I'm not sure if it's actually going to finish the move quite yet. It has to break that floor. um, Busy right now was going to ask you what you're swinging at 255. That's diabolical behavior right there, my friend. All right. So, SPY, as of right now, having a hard time reclaiming what's above. So we look over here to our left. And as of right now, we are still holding well above. So the signal is still up. We're still bullish. We still have a 592 target, 22 target to the upside. So it's still one of those things where you couldn't even end up gapping up. But as of right now, this is again end of day analysis. If you start punching down, that might, or pushing down, that could be a different story, and change the way that we trade this going into the day. So Q's trying to go for it. All right, let's take a look at IWM. This one, listen, if you got caught on it, it's in range. This is why I say you gotta watch for range breaks. If you took it today and it reversed on you off of that target that we had at 205.50, you know, I get it. All right, we just push that low here. You're still having trouble losing the wick. I think we hit right there though. But this one went up and retested that box that I had above us at 208. And as of right now, left behind a bit of empty space. So it is a candidate to potentially fall. In the 24-hour, it is still one of the only ETFs with a in-range candle. So I think IWM will likely move before SPY and Qs do. All right, you just held that fucking 518.28. Watch for a flip back up to the upside. See where that gets. You got 4 minutes till candle close there. You just retested the first green candle to your left. So if you reclaim that, that's where we can go up. All right. Anyway, IWM actually has a straightforward leg down to 202.50 if we do break the lows from today. Confused. How do you know where to go when there's empty space above and below? How do I know where to go? By reading and reacting. So if right now we're in a box, if I'm short, right, anywhere above 519.80 that's empty space right there. So you'll go up and you'll test 520.80, no problem. So when there's a box below and a box above, it's a read and react situation, right? You are waiting to see where that ultimately goes. So forgot my water. All right. So that is that's our ETFs going into tomorrow. We'll again look at those candle closes towards the end of the day. Tomorrow we only have preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. Cool. So cool. All right. I'm gonna go grab my water. Hopefully everybody shows up. Go ahead and start dropping your request. Again, I'm gonna say it. If it has not changed since this morning, my analysis, I'm gonna say the same thing. So, all right.
Did you mention up or down?
All right. NVIDIA would have to absolutely scream in order for it to move that market like we want it, or like you'd want it to. All right. If it's still at the same level, John, then probably we'll take a look at it though. Let's see, 10, 10, 10, 130, 1. Okay. Lift to the downside. Did you take it? Philo? Did you take this already or no? Not yet. Okay. It's that one wick at 16.13. If you can gap down below it, that's a good setup. With quite a bit of empty space to the downside. But 1550 would be your target to the downside. So that's it. Now, a couple of things that we can pull from this chart is that on every time frame, you're closing below that wick. So, and you've already bounced off of it. So it's one of those things where if you did take that position, you just know exactly where you need to get out. So I think it's, looks like it's trying to make a channel. Ugly. Yeah, I mean, I see 1588 and 5050 to the downside. So I mean, yeah, if well, a 24-hour candle too. You know, you're getting really, really close. You already dropped down. You've lost the 1633 level. So yeah, I mean, that wick is literally it. Yeah. By the way, if you guys are on here, I posted a video about Alex trades. You might be featured in it if you posted gains. Good juicy video there. Merck. Yeah. I mean, it pulled back, retested, like we talked about. And yeah, so if you're looking at the upside over 76.66, I think we talked about, yeah, that like a little bit of that cost basis. You've got 74, 77, and 75 flat. That needs to break. You're up already 260% on Roblox. Yeah, good clean break. It's holding. So that's a big thing. I think going over and looking at your, or to the left of you, it's not super clear, but I do see this box over here. Looks like 85.25 is your next target there. Let's look at the 4-hour. Okay, so 81.60. That is preferably where this continues moving, and you got a good candle close. So yeah, above that, I think you'll go in 85.50 and 87 possibly. So you might have more than what you're. Yeah, you see 87.88. So snap down. Well, weekly's definitely talking about it. 24-hour candle. You bounced off the open. You didn't really respond. You didn't make a new high. You didn't recover everything, but you did build a box. Got to be careful on this one, right? Because you didn't hit that open. You hovered. So I would, because of the empty space above you, yes, you have a gap. And yes, that would be, so you could actually break 855 and then bounce 850 and come right back up. So you would, again, I'm not warning against it. I'm just saying that if and when you do take that trade, you have to acknowledge what's currently being built right now as the the upside, because you will likely, before you even go down, I would imagine that probably gets retested. So damn it, Q's. All right. Um you are closing underneath that wall. It looks pretty fucking good. 46.31 seems like the only target that I see that makes the most sense here. I don't know if that's going to happen tomorrow, but I mean, those are fucking cheap. 50s are cheap. I would say 50 is probably your target for tomorrow. I don't hate that at all. You could play around with this week, but obviously next week would be where it's at. And that's where target based contracts, I think, would be your best bet. 46.5 or 46 even. Um, Riot. So as of right now, right? I told you guys I wasn't selling, right? I was gonna if the downside went to zero, it's gonna go to zero. My puts went down a decent bit, tapped 100%, and oh, yeah, no problem, Alex. Yeah, just send it with the totals. Um, by the way, Alex, we haven't you got your desk monitor yet? I gotta see that setup, my boy. Whenever you have a chance, make sure not to leave the lotion on the desk again. I was kidding.
Whoa.
He did, man. Nah, it was like some oil.
Master
It was like oil or something. Diddy oil. Yeah. So that I mean, a firm looks good, Blue. Have your stop loss in mind. But anyway, the stop loss has to be 53.27. Period, and you need to close below the 4-hour candle low. So, all right. So with Riot, two things that are important to me, and I think, yeah, again, I'm holding both sides of the trade because I have the expiration to do it. 789, right? That's my downside. I'll hold on. If we make it there, I'm green. Whatever upside I had, won't care about. Will be good, right? And that's down there near cost basis. But you held today, as of right now, and that could change, right, over the weekend or even overnight. We could see crypto news change, and you can see you popped up and you're reeling underneath 882. One pop, we're out, and I think we get our target to the upside. So I am hanging on to those calls. You bounced off your gap. If we lose 827, then I think you go down. So I'm just sitting right now deliberating, but I actually kind of think it looks pretty good. The risk is low. Life MD 27. I don't know if anybody has the cues. I'm trying to get these cues down here. That first target just got tapped. I want it to flush. Second target's going to be right here at 517. Shoo-ba-doo, boo-ba-doo, ba-ba-doo, ba-da-ba-doo, ha-bop. It's crazy. Is anybody in the downside? I don't know. If you are, you got to be trimming, dude, or be taking profit as you approach. Did you? Yeah, I took some too. I called that a little bit ago. Wee. 75%. Bro, I made 1,700 a day on my combine. So cool to see the boxes working. You too, man. Make sure you give yourself a pat on the back. It's just not easy. All right, we're bouncing off the bottom of that candle now. 100%. 50%. Try to get the rest of this out. There it is, right there. And if you touch me, I just think I'll scream. I want 517.50 right here. You already tapped it though. Head and shoulders. Oh my God. Take your head and tuck it between your legs. Kiss your butt goodbye. All right. LifeMed is currently at the floor, so that is obviously what needs to be recovered. I think 984 is a good point of contact to call that possibly an upside move. So weekly, that's a whole other thing. Jesus Christ. Yeah, weekly you got a lot to move through. So yeah, I think that's what you're waiting for. And the response to that resistance doesn't seem really that great. You already wicked down, retested, and then you really didn't finish the move. So, all right, Q's coming back up to retest that 518 possibly. Why does it keep taking me to meta? What do you want? I keep hitting a button and oh, that's why. My Spidey's in. Damn. Yeah, that one's gonna die. Damn, we just talked about this the other day. Rocket Labs up. Yeah, I don't have anything on that, but okay. I'm gonna say the same thing that I said yesterday, right? And whatever you have on this, it has to be. You have to use lower time frames, right? There's your floor. That's clearly what needs to be recovered, and which makes the second target, right? You don't really have much of a box there. There we go. Nice cues, delicious, nutritious, and 156. I can't. I don't have a rhyme for that. 170% here, and taking a good trim chunk off the board here. I caught it up. I caught it down. 200%. Trim again. Don't fuck around and find out. Beautiful trim right there, and you are sitting right there. See if we can sink down a little bit lower here to 516.50. Holy shit. All right, we'll go ahead and draw our box. Please give me a rising wedge. That's cost basis right there. Yep, right there. 300%. Do it again. And that's market. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Doing analysis, making fucking bread, dude. Keep trying to make things rhyme, dude. I'm unable to rhyme right now. Can't even put this fucking box on here. What are we doing?
Hello.
Hello there.
Anyone catch the cues down?
Yeah, that's what I just got out. 300%.
Oh,
That's
hell yeah, dude! Me too. I just caught that right at the end of the day. Here, I just came in to see if anyone.
That's easy money, dude.
This has been a great day, dude. What a great
Yeah.
day today.
Yeah, well, yeah, you caught UNH, I'm sure.
I got 2 contracts left on these cues here. I got 517s.
Damn, I got 5 left.
What was your fill?
20, 21.
Son of a bitch. I got 24.
Almost.
I had the 16s at 15 cents.
The 2 516s? Oh, nice. Good job. That was a
So
good. That was a
far,
tasty
50.
play. Yeah, that was
Those
a
are
tasty.
great. Oh my god.
Easy. Empty space. Empty space. And then we got a little gift, dipping down further into the box and hitting cost basis. So, what a delightful trade. AP. Or you better be glad I have dyslexia. All right. 24-hour time for. So the answer is going to be the same as it was today. You are still in range, but what do sellers need to do at the wall? Right? Kiss it. No, I'm just kidding. Well, you are kissing the wall right now, and the wall is not kissing you back. You are and have been unable to reclaim this. Now I see empty space up there. So remember, we try to define or tell a story when we're looking at these type of setups. When I see this, yes, I'm looking at the cues legging down. I'm not really seeing that reflected too much on Apple. So right now, sellers are technically in charge. You got that fat gap underneath you. But don't forget, you have that target outside, and then you have a little bit of empty space. I'd say it's a decent chunk of empty space all the way into that 221. So sellers can't step up and give you a 209 break. Come on, cues. Just give me one more, man. Come on, man. One more red candle, dude. I swear. Come on, bro. I'll pay you back. But yeah, you're looking for a 209.40 break down. And that would likely give you the open and potentially that gap. Calling all market makers, provide me with a red candle. One more so I can sell these contracts to some dork. Nah.
Yeah, because I'm on Robinhood, I have to sell mine in 4 seconds.
God, the 1 minute.
I gotta sell it.
Nah, you're gonna
Yeah.
pop. I think you're gonna pop 517.26 possibly and go hit right up in there. God, if I was a scalper, dude, I'd fucking eat. It just wouldn't be worth it. Oh, I just got this 1 minute gap. All right, let's see here. Hymns up. You're gonna be dealing with so let's again lines in the sand. See that? Bam. Then if you climb above that, I think you'll go up a little bit further. See if you make it. Anyway, you do have a gap down below at 52.18. You know, that is something that can be filled potentially. 53.89 is that target underneath us. Hold on. It's crazy. Runners go from 300% to 100. Look at that. Lessons. Anyway, in order to get acceptable analysis here on hymns, you're going to have to be dealing with the lower time frame. 30-minute looks like it's showing off that floor, which is 56.50. So that's what you're currently rejecting against. You bounced off of the floor. That's where you fall. So you could even technically try to use something even further like the 56.50 drop. But I still see empty space up there a little bit. Yeah, that downside play on the Qs is that was sick, but I think it's over with for sure. Kava, am I holding through earnings? Of course. Yep. But you need to make a decision based
Did
off
you get
what's
hedges on that, or just are you just upside?
I am both ways.
Okay. Pause.
Huh? What'd you say?
Really?
Said pause.
Oh god. Wow. Pause.
Does Peyton know that?
You know what? She doesn't have to know. No pause. Continue.
She already signed though, right?
She what?
She already signed though, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're good.
Man, what a
What's your
bounce.
downside on Kava?
My downside on Kava?
Yeah, just
I
curious.
got $82 puts. It is like, okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you want to, you can cut out the 82s. I think we're going to go retest that 518 right there. God damn, dude. Look at fucking cost basis, bro. I got this box all fucked up, but cost basis was perfect. Anyway, Kava is either going to give us that move, but the downside move I don't think is going to be as tumultuous. I think 93.26, which is, you know, basically $11 away from what the strikes that I've took. So if you want to buy less and get one of those, like 2 or 3 of those, you know, if you have 20 of the upside, or whatever, you know, but that's where, you know, I'm not scared of taking an earnings play. We have to understand that it's always going to be a risk just because we don't know how they're going to eat that information up. The chart looks great. 110.60, 120, all of those look like tangible targets, but yeah, we need cooperation from Dude, Kava does not look appetizing to me at all. Every time I look at that place, I'm like, what the fuck? Looks like a drive-through restaurant for horses.
Interesting.
Might as well just put fucking hay bales
Hey.
outside of the. You know what? I knew you were gonna cut pie. You sound like a kava eater.
No, I don't eat kava, and I won't eat kava because I've seen enough of their health ratings for their stores that are absolutely abysmal.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Okay, good.
No, Fresh Kitchen.
I thought you said the other word of rooster, Garrett.
Oh my god. By the way, quick update really quick. I am still holding a contract or two, or actually, excuse me, I'm holding 2 contracts specifically on ACHR. Still. I had a red line today. I said 1182. I'll go ahead and pull the chute. It bounced off of it. Now it looks like it might end up punching back overnight, potentially giving us 1250. But I know some of you guys are long, so that would be good for you. But I'm up 1000% on those last ones. I just want to see what it will do. All right, UNH. If I missed it, oh Lord, have mercy.
Amen.
Right off 250. No shit. Yo, thanks for the socks and sandals, dude. Appreciate you, Put Brothers. What's up, homie? So I'm gonna go ahead and assume you guys are playing this to the upside. You catch that downside play on the cues just now, man? Wife was on the toilet after Kava saved with her coworkers in Texas. Damn. Put Rose was just talking about you on his live. Cool. I could feel it. So here's what I'm gonna do, right? From where you bounced to where you go up, we're gonna split that in half. That's 277, but that's also that level I just showed you coming over from the left. So this is a bit by bit because you're going in empty space. Oh shit, dude, thank you, man. Because you're going in empty space, right? You have to do this lower time frame. So as of right now, UNH has this box underneath it, building a box here. And I expect for it to continue to do that, but I would be looking up towards that 275, 276.50. So you're literally going to be looking left. And here's the thing. A lot of the times I mean, that was a huge fucking drop. But over the next coming months, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't expect this to go all the way up. I do expect a decent green candle to create a range, but when that range is created, could definitely see this thing building sideways like it does before it eventually fills up that gap. You will be paying billions in fines. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, C up 4 hour has empty space above and below. Also for Kava tomorrow. Is tomorrow too soon for earnings tonight? No. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, you want to try to actually get lower risk, going into earnings move like that. Let's see. Citigroup, like you said, it does have some empty space above and below. All right, so just like you described, right? Floor there. So drop that here. And top here. And that's what you're bouncing off of. So Citigroup overnight should gap up to or above, right? In order for you to continue moving higher. Or, yeah, that's what I would be looking. If you lose that 74.60 floor, that could make for a pretty fucking good short. I would actually might need to set an alert on that thing. Yeah, I know why they dropped, but also, that's court. They're gonna have to prove that. So I'm sure they're gonna have some fucking crazy defense for it. But Starbucks held today. Now going into tomorrow, I don't think it's a good idea to not have something hedge wise, right? But you did everything that you were supposed to do, and we know that 85.50 is. So I'm saying this again. You can hedge yourself because if this move happens tomorrow, right, you're going to have 84.70 and 83.65 to the downside. I don't like how you were responding after this bounce, so that could set us up for, failure to the downside. But I mean, you're basing. So yeah, right now I'm still holding what I got, but I'm obviously going to be taking advantage of some hedges going into tomorrow. Qs look like they might pop here, trying to go hit that 518.
Will you swing the Qs or you think it's too much?
Oh yeah, I'll
going
swing.
on?
I'll swing the Qs. Yeah, I'll probably grab something on the Qs.
What are you gonna grab? Come on, tell us. Tell us all. What are you gonna grab?
You know what?
I was
Maybe
looking at 525s, but
I'm not going to tell you. No, you have to
You
guess.
can whisper it to Astro.
It's funny though because I think some people caught on to this. When I give out price targets, actually 9 times out of 10, what contract I would take, maybe give or take
Yeah.
$3 or $4. Like it literally would be like, okay, if that price target was to get hit, what contracts would people be buying? Probably 2 to 3 steps out of the money. So there you go. Once you know that, there is. You have to get smarter to get signals. You have to have the information, but ultimately that translates to you having to understand what you're doing in order to do it. So,
When you give out the price target and then you pause, I know you're looking at the contracts.
Look at that. See, that just shows you how far someone will go out of their way not to work. No, I'm just kidding. I was just kidding.
That's it. Follow me for more likes.
IWM holds 208. I see it going to 209 overnight easy. But
Yeah, Qs might punch up, guys, and hit 521 tomorrow based on the setup that I see. But those are, that's kind of an expensive fucking swing. I don't know, man. I hope they might catch us in range. When I look at it on the 4 hour, part of me says, okay, well, you shot out, you pulled back in, so that might be the trigger down. Unless the thing can pull itself up closer, but like that could be absolutely. I'm gonna make a bag when we get in here. I already can feel it.
like at the bottom or
Yeah,
Okay.
like I'm gonna take it when and if this thing goes short. Pearl, stop. Psst, psst, psst. Chill.
talk
the
about
fuck
your
out.
plums, puppy.
Oh God, get out of here! All swollen and juicy. Put them in the lunch boxes. You have to watch Eastbound and Down bloopers on YouTube. It's a must. It's one of the funniest.
Yeah,
fucking
just on a
things.
serious.
I've been watching that show again. It's funny. It's hysterical.
Yeah, it is. It's more like a movie. Let's see here.
So I like the Qs better on the upside because it ripped so hard, dumped so hard, and it bounced off that 1750-ish. It's holding that.
Yeah, right now I think I'm just waiting to see because if you pop back up here, that could be our retest area tomorrow, and that's where we could leg down. Or to your point, I think what would really give that away though, and you can see that start to set up, is you have a box here. That cost basis is that median, and that would get you up to 521. Damn, Pearl, how'd you do that? Damn, she just broke through my door. I see you have a YouTube. Which video would you suggest? Go to my educational playlist. Watch them all. Every single one of them. So yeah, I mean, that's where I see ourselves. So tomorrow, you could pop up, hit that 521, And then at that point, right, we're kind of sitting at this, and we're potentially looking into, I mean, the 525 area. So, but we also need to look at this 24-hour candle, right? How easy would it be for us to sit in here like a little turd? All right, lunar. So I said what I said the other day, and you got that pull back down, right? For sure. You did pull yourself back up. Now that's definitely worth paying attention to, because right now, when you look at the dynamics of what's going on inside of this box, basically, move that up to 1215, and you're looking at another run up to 1275, which at some point you're looking at continuation of the upside if that breaks for a third time. So.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did I already do that one? I think I did. No, I didn't. Oh, you had a similar wick the other day, but it didn't seem to slow you down much. So, signal lies in wait. And that's going to be at 63.40. So you've bounced off of it, and then again, identify what's directly above. That's going to be 64.50 or 64. Yeah, 64.50 above. So I don't really have a signal unless one of those two fire off. Somebody's mic is open. Yeah, make sure you guys are here at the start of the live at 3 p.m. Eastern time. That's where I go over all 3 ETFs every day. It's the routine. Earnings tonight. I'm gonna stand behind. We're gonna stay on to see what Kava does. Kuna Matata. That makes so much sense. You're at cost basis, and cost basis, when it's being hit, is the area where we are paying close attention to how price action performs. Identifying what's underneath you provides you with an area that you could potentially retest. Because you haven't blown through this, it literally just makes me feel like it is a good possibility you do come back down, retest that, and then give it a crack. So that's what I see for right now, unless this is where you fail. And if you lose that 169.40, you got a nice juicy ass play to the downside. Shit, I'll fucking set an alert on that motherfucker. Maybe. Clutch Computers. What's up, dude? I'm gonna be posting that video soon, man. Ugh. Yeah, tap in with Clutch. All right. UPS on the money again. Yeah, you're quite literally sitting right on top of that 98, 92. So right now we don't really have another signal until, I mean, I think it's, kind of portraying that it could potentially go down, right? But here's a couple of things that we can say for sure. This wall is where you're currently up against, right? If you can break over that on the lower time frame, there's a pocket of empty space leading you up to cost basis. And that's where I would make a decision, is how you perform there. Edging makes sense here. SPY losing steam on the 1 hour. I do think it does make a whole lot of sense, yeah. So the new workshop won't be included? Included in what? If you've already gotten the workshop? like included. Yeah, no, it is not. It's I'm putting a way more work into this one. It's taken me a long time. Might take me more time. Who knows? I'm trying to again. I don't want to do it again. I want it to be everything. Oh shit! Did that did? Yeah. So look at that. You did fucking rip up today. 24-hour candle this morning, screaming that it was going to go and make a new high here. I can't help you. So I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. If your stock is at 100%, I cannot help you. There's nothing I can do other than do the same thing that you could do, which is put fibs up, Fibonacci's, or something of that nature. But otherwise, I have nothing. I bought the old shop, but I haven't gotten a chance to watch. Do I still have? Yeah, you have access to that forever. For $500, you get 4 months in the Discord and lifetime access to all of that. So I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty goddamn good deal. I got you. There you go. Nice job. Yeah. So anyway, with Netflix, if you're wanting to go short on it or something, everything and anything that you need a solid 1160 to break. So or you need something here on the lower time frame to kind of tip you off. But Qs are potentially signaling that move up to 520 overnight. EMPH. I found this gem. Use your strategy 215%. Okay. Nice job, man. Yeah, nice little rip today. So, yeah, this is probably going to be best solved. Like, I see you hitting the 50% mark of that candle, and that makes total sense to me. But when you go to the hourly or the 30-minute, you barely even try to grab onto that. And that right there, that 50-50, that's where you get the rest of that trade. So, that's what you're looking at if you're looking up. And then to the downside, these are just super obvious levels. It's 48.40. So luckily you're holding right now. So I still think there's a decent chance of you getting there.
Hey, Powder, can you check Rocket Lab? It's an empty space when you go to 4 hours.
Yeah, this is the same. Yeah, we've been same analysis on this one, guys, from the last couple of weeks. And today you broke over this one. I have a target. You're going to split that target in half. That's 25, 25, and 26. So empty space. And then the last target would be 2705. If the overnight gap is 520, then it's 525 on the QQQ too far. You're testing dangerous waters, yeah. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 in a box. You're looking for a break over 94.16 and a punch back on the 4 hour through here. But yeah, 100% 94.15. Got riot calls for a cent, $10 calls. Yeah, I mean, if you're setting up a gamble, I mean, I have the downside position and the upside position, so I don't care what happens on this thing as long as it makes a big move down to 790, doesn't matter. CMG. Okay, so you popped out today, hit the what I'm assuming is a box over here to your left. I see absolutely zero 24-hour charts. All charts here, CEO watch list, include the 24-hour data points. You know, if I showed you this CEO watch list, I think I could convince you. If I showed you a chart, you'd be like, damn, okay, that makes sense. Like, who made it a rule? Who decided? Smart money comes in after hours, but we leave that off on our charts. Doesn't make any sense. For me, it makes dollars. VLO $100. Nah, he's cool. Nah, I'm just he does that. We comment that back. I go into his live streams and I say 24-hour charts are nothing. And then he comes in here and says he doesn't see any. So 103.50. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you and say I think this chart looks good. But that is the next target overhead.
Hey Potter, you skipped mine. I did MSTR down.
No, I did that one, didn't I? Oh no, I didn't. Oh,
No, it's okay.
So what, do you fill your gap today? Yeah, you filled your gap today. So build a box workshop. So theoretically, you could still go and test all the way down to 388 below that wick. Struggling. So, and if you're looking at it downside, so you went up, you retested the floor, you rejected that floor, you haven't lost it yet, but it does look like price is heading that way right now. You have empty space up to 405. So yeah, that price action has to make that happen overnight. You need to be below 395, 394. Pfizer.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Pfizer strangle. No, I'd say Pfizer's probably good to go. I don't know about a wait, is it earnings or something? I mean, if I was taking, I'd take it one way. If, you know, over 23.18, I'm looking all the way to 23.87. Duolingo. I think that thing is overvalued, if I'm being honest. It's a fucking translation app. Like that right there is gonna get filled. Fuck it, I'll show it right now. Let's look at the monthly. 24 weekly. Weekly is the first red candle, so either this thing explodes in my face like a firecracker, or I hit it. You have a straightforward wall underneath you. I wonder if I could get away with that between now and tomorrow. I actually don't hate that. Hold on. I bet you the spreads are probably fucking hot dog water. Let's see. Jesus Christ. What am I looking at? I'm looking at a potential. Again, you're not really giving anything bearish away, but 503. I mean, the spread is ridiculous. You might be better off with 590s, but yeah, you're gonna have to. That's not small account friendly shit right there. You're gonna have to market order into that, or work the limit up. But I don't mind the $500 speculative for even tomorrow. I could see Duolingo definitely making that happen overnight. But you get one click over 544, or even 537 or 538, you're gonna go back up. So, all right. State your trades if you're gonna do it. You have a little bit of time left on the Qs, the ETFs.
Potter, were you in those puts for Riot for this week or next week?
For
Riot.
I had Riot contracts for next week and this week, so I actually double dipped. I just say affirm. Yeah. May 23rd. All right. Yeah, 35% discount is Ivy post the code. But yeah, so that's Baidu. Let's look at the 24-hour. Same thing I said this morning with that red candle, and again, this is all going to happen in overnight price action. I could see an 86.80 target to the downside first. But ultimately, I mean, dude, you're in a fucking shit house right now. Yeah, anything over 92.66 and you're gone. But yeah, this is not one that I'm a big fan of, even with earnings. So, I mean, as far as like earnings targets, you know, that also is like, let's see. You don't seem to really perform very well on earnings, though. Yeah, you don't. I don't even see one good earnings here. So that's not something I would check out. RJ, there should be Apple analysis in my channel if you missed it. Snow 24-hour time frame. I don't want to talk about it. Let's go to the weekly. Monthly. Are we really going to leave that gap behind? So 196 is super important.
Oh.
AMAT? Whoa. AMAT just earnings? Oh, man. Wow. I bounced right off my fucking dingus, dude. Look at that thing. Is this 2 to 3 risk reward? Let me pull up my calculator really quick. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're taking smaller trades. Yeah, theoretically, that would be, you know, if you're a scalper, that'd be a dream. All right, what are we doing here? Kava's not. Is it today? Am I tripping? That is today, right? Yeah.
Yes, today. Dang, these 520s for the Qs tomorrow are expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap, man. It's not that far away, though, so. I do have a free Discord. Yeah. That's just kind of like the landing page, though.
It's like today was the only day I couldn't sit in front of my computer all day, and it was the perfect day to play the Qs up and down.
It be like that sometimes, dude. Swear to God. I was waiting on a dump on the queues forever, and then I went to Disney, and it happened.
Oh yeah, dude. I forgot you had that traumatic experience.
Yeah. But then I came back and played it up, made a bag. Actually, that yeah, I was not upset after that trade that we had on after I got back, and then I had to stay. I think for the next week I was there all day. Do I miss Steve or JD? Not even a little bit, dude. What the fuck? You gotta
Miss
be.
who?
Somebody on TikTok said, "Do you miss Steve and JD?"
Yeah, who are they?
They miss you, Potter.
They got to, man.
You guys have a good night. See you tomorrow.
Later.
There you go.
Yeah. This one just went and hit the old top of a box. So above that, yeah, you could expect possibly a move up. There's empty space all the way to 1550. So that's something to consider. I think your next major level is going to be, yeah, pushing over 12 and getting that 1263 wick. That could be considered possibly a box there. So yeah, 1268. I don't know about Steve, but JD made me good money. Yeah, that dude was too much for me, man. Disrespectful. And constantly fucking trying to challenge things that I would say. Or inviting people to other discords and shit. Am I shorting Mara? No. I do have a short on Riot. I don't know what crypto thing's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, but it's in the chart. I think we're going to see a big ripper. Gasman, where you been, dude? No shit. Look at Reddit. Yeah, earnings. Dude, that I could see that thing taking a trip here to 9680. You're definitely looking bearish. You got a gap to fill here at like 107, so Elf I think is just holding, guys. I'll say it again. I mean, today somebody asked me if I was, worried about. Nope, not worried at all. Just it's waiting for earnings. So. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close the